Our next guest is one of only 57 House Republicans who was not in favor of sending an additional $40 billion to aid to Ukraine. New Jersey Congressman Jefferson Van Drew joins me now. And first, Congressman, I do want to get your reaction to Jennifer's reporting.
Well, I think the reporting is good. I think it's accurate. I think the president has to be clear in what he's speaking about, but that's very unusual that he is clear. So I think there are certain long-range missiles that we're not going to send, but other ones that we are. In everything that we do, we have to be careful. I want to help Ukraine. I want them to obviously be strong as possible to fend off this brutal, bitter attack that's occurring from Russia. At the same time, we don't want to create, we really don't, World War III. This is no joke. You're taking somebody, Vladimir Putin, putting him in a corner because we weren't strong enough to begin with. This is what happens when your country's weak. They saw what happened in Afghanistan. They see what's happening internally in our country. Russia does. And therefore, they think they really had the right to go in there and do what they're doing. And now we have the problems that we do. We have to be careful. We have to be forceful at the same time.
You know, we're finally seeing, though, the Europeans kind of put their foot down when it comes to energy exports from Russia. But there's also a lot of reporting out there and factual. I mean, this is the data that shows that Russia's finding other buyers around the world for its oil. You can point to China. You can point to several other countries. I mean, do we have any power there? I mean, what would you like to see happen there? Because obviously, if this is money going into Putin's pocket, then this war continues and this assault on the Ukrainians continues.
But two things here. One, Putin's a shrewd guy. I mean, he made a mistake going into this. He read the wrong signals from the United States, but the signals the United States gave out were weak and wrong themselves. So then he went forward. Two things. He's going to get around it. China's going to help him. Whether they do it openly where you know they are or not, they absolutely are. There are always people that need energy. Number two, you know, I'm glad Europe is finally doing something, but actually they should be able to get energy from the United States. When our president closed down our energy, when we had been #1 in energy exports, that was devastating, and that hurt them, and it certainly has hurt us. Number three, it's about time they pay their fair share of NATO. Some people don't know it. We're subsidizing almost the whole thing. These countries, there are some great graphs out there you can find online, and they're accurate. They're accurate. And the bottom line is we're paying for almost everything. You know what? We've got to take care of the borders in America. We've got to take care of the problems we have in America. We've got to take care of our energy supply in America. We've got to take care of the fact that we have costs going up, inflation like there's no tomorrow in America. Time to take care of this country and make sure that we're #1.
Well, our country is continuing to deal and to really reel from this tragedy in Texas. It was exactly a week ago today in Uvalde, this 21 innocent lives lost. You know, you're in the process of drafting the Stronger Schools Act, and this aims to ramp up security in schools. Are you convinced this is going to prevent another school shooting? And what do you say to those on the other side that still, even after what happened last week, want to see less officers in schools in some states?
To see less officers is just wrong. This is really what we need. And this is something we all can agree upon. Just taking guns away from those people who would never do anything like this is not going to stop this problem. This individual broke the law. This individual was mentally sick and I think evil. And there are other people, whether it is crime on the streets with gangbangers or whether it is the crime that exists in these mass murders. These are people that really need to be under the rule of law and order. We're letting people out as quick as we're putting them in. No. Separate issue, but still relates to the crime. Now, this bill will work. This bill will work because I want people to know real quick what it would do. You have a trained resource officer who is trained and certified. Every entrance that is ever opened.
Congressman, I live in New York City. You don't have to tell me anymore. Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, thank you very much for your time, sir. All right. Coming up, Arkansas Governor H.